What's up, everyone? It's Sal the Investor back here again. Another quick market update, but I want to also let you guys know you got these crashes kind of happen in slow succession. Kind of had first crypto, then the markets should be going down, but everything's kind of going funky, and we're kind of making that weird W as we go back. So this is kind of one of those days I want you guys to really focus on catching profits. Now, as always, I always say I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm showing you what I am doing. I am just a trader. I'm just a licensed broker, not a financial advisor. So make that be known. But before we get on, like and subscribe. Help me out, comment, do everything you can, get me up in that YouTube algorithm. But I wanted to go in and talk a little bit of news about Quant. Quant kind of went explosive, but they're still doing a lot of great work under there. I still think Bank of America is kind of working with them on the low, but I do think that they have a lot of great things. They are building a connection with Microsoft. This is how I know. I think Quant's going to be associated with some of the biggest companies. So keep that in mind as we grow. They're going to help bring crypto to mainstream companies like Apple, Microsoft, big investment houses like BlackRock and everything. I have a feeling this is going to be the bridge to that. However, they're not going to do anything until we figure out what crypto is and good regulation gets in here. Now, as you can see, for the month, we're up 106% and started off the month at $50. If you had got in around here, you have certainly made your money. It is on an upward scale. I do expect Quant to be $1,000 by the next bull run. Let's go take a look at the Coinbase here. Quant right now, $107.95. We are looking at getting a good run up here. However, right now it's hard to say because every time I think it's going to be a stable price for a little bit, it rises again. So I'm not taking profits just yet. I got in at $45 for 109 tokens on my main account, but as you know, on the experiment portfolio, we got in at 10 coins at about $45. I think it was like $45.72 is what the official thing came at. But here's what's going on with Quant. We're looking at some strong gains, but if you look at it overall, here we're in this kind of downward trend. If you look at the far right, it's starting to form another W. So usually that means when we do this W, and this is on a grander scale, because you're talking about years, a couple years worth, this should inevitably spike up to around the 280 mark, and then it's going to go back down. Then we're going to have the real crash, and everything's going to go back down. It's going to go down a little further. We're going to buy in again, and then it will rise higher. Than I do expect this to rise to $10,000 eventually, but not right now. I would say it's going to be $10,000 around 2028, 2029, but it could be around 1,000 coming on the next bull run, and it's right in line. I would say you got to give a price range of 800 to 1,100 in there, but even still, if you see here, it's on. This was at 55,000 when I looked in April. Here we are almost 5 months later, and we're already over 204,000 people put this on their watch list. So it's definitely growing. It's definitely something you should have in your account. One of the stable things I like to have in the account. So if we go back to, let's go back to the chart here. Another one that's kind of been breaking, because usually DOT was my hedge against Atom, and both of them are skyrocketing. Let's take a look at what DOT's at. DOT's at 840. I was buying somewhere around here, back and forth. Like I was just buying. Still good. If you look, we're up over 25% on the month, but we're still down 55% on the year. My expectation is it's going to get probably back to the 25 range. So you're looking at maybe getting a 3x there. Now, as I said, like, we're looking for small gains, cash out our profits, come back in when it dumps down again. That's what we're doing. And you're not going to, if you're trying to hold for a specific 10x gain, I don't really do that. I get the gains I can get, and I back out. And, right now I think it's USDC, one of those stable coins. It's US something. Bear with me here, guys, because I don't know every coin out there, because I've only been in crypto for about 6 months. But it was on one of the DeFi platforms for 25%. So once the market gets overly euphoric, then we're going to head everything into stablecoins, cash out our profit, get that 25% APY, and then we'll do that for a couple months if it's still staying euphoric. But once that gilt meter, the fear index, starts dropping again, we'll move it over to straight cash. I don't know why a lot of people keep things as the stable coins until the very end. Like, I'll get a couple good interest payments off it, but I'm moving it out quickly. But this is another good one. It's growing for me. I have it staked on Uphold. I have it staked on OKCoin. And my Atom I have staked over on the crypto.com DeFi wallet. It's right now on there. It's paying almost 19%. That's where I like it. I stake it over there. I just keep putting chunk of change in there to help it grow and help keep it going. So now we're going to take a look at our fan favorite XRP. We've just kind of been sitting at this range. Like right now it's about 37 cents. It goes back and forth. But man, this sucker, like, the price fluctuations have been pretty steady. It's almost been behaving like a stable coin. Like, you kind of know where the price is going to be. But as you see here, my biggest thing is the watch lists on here. So this was in the low 100,000s when I first started paying attention to this. And now we're talking 5 months later, this is 1.6 million watch lists. So more and more people are starting to watch this. It's getting a little bit more higher trade volume than any other coin, which is really weird as to why this price is not going up even faster. However, that is good. When a price is not going up fast, it's good for you, because you guys it gives you a longer term. I don't expect this price to really fluctuate over the next year, maybe even year and a half. So it's a good time. I mean, we're going to hover between 30 to 50 cents, but it's a good time to just start dollar cost averaging into this. If you're saying, hey, I got a limited budget, this is a good time for you to just put $50 every 2 weeks into it. A real small amount. It's going to add up over time. And right now, that gets you like 250 tokens. So if you're talking about just averaging in, it's a good way to go. However, as you see here, it spiked, and we had the lawsuit, and it's kind of coming back down, spiked again, almost to $2. So if you're following how, it's a weird W. It doesn't look like a full W point, but we should have a spike. Now, everyone around is saying once this SEC lawsuit is finalized, it's going to go to 3 digits. So most people are saying $10. I don't think it's going to go to $10. However, I do think it's going to go to 3. Maybe 4 if we're lucky, but 3 seems like a reasonable price for me. And even still, you're looking at a pretty good gain off of $3. Like, I don't expect 10x's, but if I'm constantly dollar cost averaging and you get up to $5,000 over the next year before it gets to that 3 mark, I mean, you're gonna make a ton of money on it, right? It's just man, that sucker's just gonna rise, right? So it's best right now just to keep dollar cost averaging. If you can do 100, do 100. If you do 50, do 50. If you could do 25, do 25. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just putting a small portion every 2 weeks of what I pay myself out from everything else I'm doing, and just averaging into XRP. Now, for someone new in the market who hasn't gotten in at these all-time lows that I've always see, that's the best way I can think of to catch up to people. And I've already caught up to someone who's been in crypto for almost 2 years, my portfolio. So it's all about just slow and steady and patience. And you got to have patience for this. With that said, the last one is H-bar. You know, it keeps hovering around between like around here to around here. So another one, just dollar cost averaging, a little bit here, a little bit there. You're going to grow. But even a $500 investment in the H-bar is going to make you quite a bit of money. Let's take a look at the watch list. So we're up from, I think it was like 90,000 5 months ago. So this is why I think that we're going to keep growing, because like the watch lists are just growing on these coins, on all of them. But we're still in a rapid growth on this sucker. Yeah, it hit 50 cents up there, but it's going to go, we're on the way to go back up. I can almost guarantee it. And if you just stay focused on dollar cost averaging in, we're going to make it. So if I go back over here, like, that's all I really got for today. But if we go back over here, just look at how green the market is. We're just rising on everything. There's still a lot of great buys going on. I mean, Crow is still a good buy. It's definitely growing up there, but Crow's a good buy right now, especially since if you're looking to get that credit card, now's the time to get it, because as the next bull run goes up, then you can apply for that credit card. So now we have Quant, again, still sitting up there. We got Dot, 11%. Near's one I kind of missed. We should have hit it, but we didn't. But I mean, for the year, it's saying it's up almost 100%, which is true, but it's down from its all-time high quite a bit, almost 80%. So it's another good buy. I mean, there's a lot of good buys, but right now when the market's rising up, you don't want to get too much in. So let's take a look at the greed and fear index. So, man, it just keeps rising. So yesterday it was at like 39. Today it's at 42, which it's rising. So when we get to this green part here, that's really when you want to kind of exit out of, I'd say 90% of your positions, because this is when, you know, everybody's buying in. The retail investors are back. The dumb retail investors are back. They're buying at all-time highs, and then they're going to be selling in all-time fears. But, you know, for me, I started at the beginning of this bear cycle, and so I've only known extreme fear in the markets. So I've been trading under that, which I think is really good to get that under, to learn how to trade under there, to get it under that mark. I mean, you can't get a better time to really to really start learning and buying and trading when everyone else is having extreme fear. So I've been stacking. I'm telling you right now, I've seen 50% gain from when I've been stacking in January. And even the experiment portfolio that I'm running, I started in April. That has seen 100% increase. It has a total investment of $4,400 and is now at $10,002, roughly around there. So I mean, you can see how we're making the first doubles. So, and like I said in one of my early videos, it's only 18 doubles to get to $1 million. And then it's only 12 more doubles after that to get to $1 billion. It's crazy. But once you start doing those doubles and you follow, you do the exact opposite of what everyone is doing, you're going to make some money. So with that said, guys, stay safe out there. You know, follow the process, respect the process, like and subscribe, be patient. The real wealth is coming. Just be patient out there, but like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Like and subscribe here. Hit that notification bell. You know, I try to post videos at least once a day to get stuff out to you guys and what I'm doing. With that said, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone watching and liking and subscribing. I'll be back at it again later today with a more full video. Thank you guys.